Boldness is the heartbeat of champions. It is the fire that lights the path when the world tells you to stop. Boldness is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to step forward even when fear is screaming in your ears. Too many people spend their lives waiting for permission, waiting for a sign, waiting for the right moment. But the right moment rarely comes. The right moment is created by the one who dares to act. Boldness is that act. It is the first step, the swing of the fist before the bell rings, the roar of your voice before anyone else believes in you. Boldness is saying, I will do this, and nothing will stop me, and meaning it with every fiber of your being. To be bold is to claim your life as your own. It is to refuse to let circumstances dictate your story. When you take a bold step, you are rewriting the rules of your reality. You are telling the world, and more importantly yourself, that you refuse to shrink. You refuse to hide. You refuse to settle for what is easy or safe. Boldness is the decision to rise above doubt, to confront uncertainty, to walk toward the challenge that others are running from. Every bold choice is a declaration of ownership over your destiny. Boldness is not reckless. It is calculated courage. It is the willingness to take risks while knowing the consequences, the clarity to act decisively even when the path is unclear. It is not blind confidence. It is informed confidence that turns vision into action. Boldness is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. It is the difference between saying, I wish I could, and saying, I will. It is the spark that transforms potential into reality, thought into action, and hope into victory. The world is full of obstacles, critics, and naysayers. They will tell you why you cannot succeed, why you are too small, why the odds are against you. Boldness is what allows you to laugh at their doubt while keeping your eyes fixed on your goal. It is what makes you step into the ring of life fully aware of the punches that may come, fully aware of the challenges ahead, but unafraid to swing back harder. Boldness is the courage to stand up, speak out, and move forward even when the ground beneath you shakes. Boldness also inspires others. When people see someone take fearless action, they are drawn to it. Your boldness becomes contagious, igniting courage in others who have been waiting for someone to show the way. Leaders, innovators, and champions are remembered not only for their victories, but for the bold steps they took when everyone else hesitated. Every bold choice sends a message greatness is possible, and it begins with daring to act. But the most important aspect of boldness is the internal effect. Boldness reshapes your mindset. It turns fear into fuel, hesitation into action, and uncertainty into opportunity. When you act boldly, you start to believe in your own power. You start to see yourself as capable of more than you ever imagined. Every decision made with courage, every risk embraced with confidence, compounds into momentum. Boldness becomes a habit, a lifestyle, a signature move that the world cannot ignore. So step forward, speak your mind, take the risk. Make the decision. The world will test you, critics will mock you, fear will roar in your ears, but boldness will carry you through. It is the first strike in every fight, the first step toward every goal, and the first spark of every victory. Boldness is your choice, your weapon, and your legacy. Choose it relentlessly, act on it decisively, and watch your life transform into the story you were meant to live. Here's the 600-word expansion of Point 20, face fear with bravery, in that fierce, Muhammad Ali-style motivational tone, without headings and without mentioning him. Fear is universal. Everyone feels it. It creeps in quietly, like a shadow at the edge of your mind, whispering doubts, highlighting obstacles, reminding you of failure. It doesn't matter how strong you are, how skilled you are, or how prepared you think you are. Fear will always try to strike first. But bravery is not the absence of fear. Bravery is stepping forward anyway. Bravery is the refusal to let fear dictate your actions. It is staring the storm in the face, acknowledging it, and moving forward with fists swinging and heart burning with purpose. To be brave is to confront life as it comes, not as you wish it would. Bravery means taking risks when the outcome is uncertain, standing up when the odds are stacked against you, and refusing to let hesitation steal your destiny. Every great achievement, every victory worth remembering begins with bravery. Without it, potential remains trapped in your mind, talent remains unused, and dreams remain unfulfilled. Bravery is what transforms a plan into action, a desire into results, and a fighter into a champion. Life will test you. It will throw punches you never saw coming. It will put you in situations that make you question yourself, your strength, and your ability to survive. Bravery is what allows you to absorb the hits and keep moving. It is the decision to stand when the world expects you to fall, to fight when retreat feels easier, and to keep swinging when exhaustion threatens to take over. Bravery is the heartbeat of resilience, the rhythm that pushes you forward when everything in you is screaming to stop. Facing fear is not about pretending it doesn't exist. It is about using it. Fear can be a guide, a teacher, a signal of where your courage is needed most. The brave don't run from fear, they harness it. They turn adrenaline into focus, nerves into strategy, and doubt into determination. The moment fear is acknowledged and acted against is the moment it loses its power. Every step forward in the face of fear strengthens your spirit, sharpens your resolve, and builds momentum toward victory. Bravery is also contagious. When others see you confront fear, they are inspired to confront their own. When you take a stand despite uncertainty, when you swing despite risk, when you move despite trembling inside, you show the world and yourself that courage is possible. You prove that the human spirit can rise above threats, obstacles, and limitations. That is why the brave are remembered, not just for the fights they win, but for the fear they refuse to bow to along the way. The greatest fighters, the most successful people, the ones who leave legacies behind, they all have one thing in common: bravery. They face fear in every form, from the intimidating opponent to the crushing doubt inside their own minds. They refuse to let fear whisper, "You can't," and instead shout, "Watch me." They understand that bravery is not a single act. It is a habit, a mindset, a way of life. Every choice, every step, every action taken in the face of fear compounds, creating momentum that carries them past obstacles others never thought they could overcome. So embrace fear. Look it square in the eye. Let it teach you, challenge you, and fuel you. Then move forward anyway. Speak boldly, act decisively, and fight relentlessly. Bravery will turn the impossible into the possible, the unknown into opportunity, and the doubts of others into your victories. Because fear may knock at your door, but bravery answers. And when it does, nothing can stand in your way. Here's the 600-word expansion of Point 30 Embrace challenges as growth in that bold, Muhammad Ali-style motivational tone, as without headings and without mentioning him. Life will throw challenges at you. It doesn't matter how prepared you are, how skilled you think you are, or how confident you feel. Challenges will come. They are inevitable. They are relentless. And they are not punishments, they are opportunities. Every obstacle, every setback, every tough moment is a test, a chance to grow, a chance to rise higher than you ever imagined. Embracing challenges is the difference between those who survive and those who thrive. It is the mark of champions, of warriors, of people who refuse to be average. Challenges are not the enemy. They are the gym where your spirit is trained, the ring where your courage is forged, and the classroom where your wisdom is built. Every time you face a challenge head on, you learn something about yourself that you could never learn in comfort. You discover the depths of your strength, the limits of your endurance, and the power of your determination. Challenges shape character. They refine skill. They turn ordinary effort into extraordinary achievement. When a challenge appears, most people shrink back. They hesitate, they doubt, they make excuses. But growth does not happen in hesitation. Growth happens when you step into the fight, when you swing against resistance, when you face adversity with open eyes and a determined heart. It is not easy. Nothing worth achieving ever is. But the harder the challenge, the stronger the growth, and the greater the reward on the other side. Every punch life throws is an opportunity to dodge, to strike, and to become sharper, faster, stronger. Embracing challenges also builds resilience. The world does not hand out victories to those who run from difficulty. It rewards those who persist, who face pain, who refuse to quit. When you meet every challenge with courage, you condition your mind to endure. You train your heart to persevere. You strengthen your spirit to rise, no matter how many times you are knocked down. Each challenge becomes a stepping stone. Each obstacle a rung on the ladder to greatness. But there is another layer to challenges. They reveal potential you never knew existed. When you push through difficulty, you discover capacities hidden under fear, strength buried beneath doubt, and talent that only emerges under pressure. You learn that your limits are not fixed, they are expandable. The more you embrace the hard moments, the more you understand that obstacles are invitations to exceed what you thought possible. Growth is never comfortable. Growth is never easy. Growth is forged in fire, molded by struggle, and proven through action. Challenges also teach humility and strategy. They remind you that you cannot control everything, that the world is unpredictable, and that preparation alone is not enough. But they also teach you how to adapt, how to think quickly, and how to respond under pressure. Every challenge is a teacher, every setback a lesson, and every failure an opportunity to improve. Those who embrace challenges do not fear failure. They study it, learn from it, and return stronger. So when life pushes you against the ropes, when the odds are stacked high, when the world seems determined to test you, lean into it. Face it head on. Strike back with courage, step forward with confidence, and move through it with the determination to grow. The challenges you conquer today will shape the victories of tomorrow. They will sharpen your mind, strengthen your heart, and prepare you for greatness. Remember, the fight is not against the challenge itself. It is against your own limits. When you embrace challenges as opportunities for growth, you transform obstacles into allies, pressure into power, and struggle into strength. Life will always test you, but those who embrace it rise higher, fight harder, and achieve more than anyone ever thought possible. Mediocrity is everywhere. It hides in comfort. It hides in excuses. It hides in the quiet voice that says, "This is good enough." But good enough is the enemy of greatness. Settling for mediocrity is easy. It is safe. It is painless. But it's also invisible. It is the reason dreams die. Potential is wasted and talents go unfulfilled. To rise above, to become truly remarkable, you must refuse to accept average. You must reject the ordinary. You must demand more of yourself than the world demands of you. Refusing to settle begins with mindset. It is the inner voice that whispers, "I will not be small. I will not be ordinary. I will be legendary." It is the recognition that comfort is a trap and that greatness lies beyond the walls of safety. Every time you choose the easier path, you walk away from the person you were meant to become. Every time you choose the minimal effort, you cheat yourself of the maximum result. To refuse mediocrity is to commit to excellence in every choice, in every action, in every moment of your life. Excellence is not a single achievement. It is a habit. It is the accumulation of small decisions repeated over and over, day after day. It is showing up when others don't, pushing harder when others quit, and giving more when others settle. It is in the extra mile, the extra rep, the extra hour of effort that nobody sees, but everyone eventually recognizes. Those who refuse mediocrity understand that greatness is earned, not given, and that the only way to achieve it is through relentless pursuit and uncompromising standards. Refusing to settle also means embracing discomfort. Growth is never found in ease. Comfort lulls people into complacency. It allows potential to rust. To rise above, you must welcome challenges, confront obstacles, and push beyond pain. You must be willing to face criticism, endure failures, and risk embarrassment. Excellence requires courage, persistence, and sacrifice. The moment you accept mediocrity, you stop growing. The moment you push beyond it, you awaken a force inside you that is unstoppable. Those who refuse mediocrity also inspire others. When you hold yourself to higher standards, when you demand greatness from yourself, it raises the bar for everyone around you. People notice the intensity, the discipline, the refusal to settle for less than your best. You become a beacon, a challenge, a spark that ignites the fire of ambition in others. Greatness is not only personal, it is contagious. By refusing to be average, you push the world to rise to your level. Mediocrity is often disguised as contentment or patience. People tell themselves, "I'll wait," or "It's okay for now," but every moment spent accepting less than you are capable of is a moment wasted. Time does not pause. Life does not wait. The world moves forward, and those who settle are left behind. To refuse mediocrity is to seize control of your time, your actions, and your destiny. It is to declare that your life will not be ordinary. Your story will not be forgettable, and your legacy will not be small. So raise your standards. Push past comfort. Demand excellence from yourself in every move you make. Don't just aim to get by. Aim to dominate, to excel, to leave a mark that cannot be ignored. Every moment is a choice to settle or to rise. To accept mediocrity or to refuse it with every ounce of your strength. Greatness does not come to those who are satisfied with average. It comes to those who refuse to stop until they are extraordinary. Words are not just sounds. Words are power. They are seeds planted in the soil of your mind, shaping the life you are destined to live. To speak your victory into existence, to take control of your future before it even arrives. It is to declare what others cannot yet see, to announce what has not yet happened, and to commit yourself so fully that the universe begins to move in alignment with your words. Those who understand this know that victories are won first in the mind, then in the heart, and finally in the world. Speaking your victory requires absolute belief. Half-hearted declarations produce half-hearted results. You cannot whisper, "I might win," and expect the world to take notice. You must shout, "I will win," until your own spirit believes it with every fiber of its being. Your words are the blueprint of your actions. When you speak your goals, your brain begins to plot the steps to achieve them. When you speak your success, your heart fills with confidence to pursue it. When you speak your destiny, your body moves in ways that make it inevitable. Victory spoken into existence is also about consistency. It is not a single sentence said once. It is a constant refrain repeated in every moment. You speak it when you wake up, when you train, when you face challenges, and when the world doubts you. Repetition strengthens belief. Repetition solidifies intention. Repetition programs your mind to recognize opportunities and solutions, to persist through failures, and to refuse surrender. Every word you speak is a strike against doubt, a blow to hesitation, and a step closer to the triumph you have declared. The power of spoken victory is not limited to your own spirit. Others hear it too. When you declare your goals and successes boldly, your confidence influences those around you. Allies are inspired, mentors take notice, and even your opponents feel the pressure. Words spoken with conviction have a ripple effect. They not only shape your reality, they influence the environment in which you fight for your dreams. Speaking your victory transforms perception, builds momentum, and creates energy that propels you forward. But speaking victory is more than bragging or wishful thinking. It is a commitment to act in accordance with your words. If you declare success, you must move toward it relentlessly. Words are commands to your body, your mind, and your actions. Every step you take must align with the declaration you have made. If your words are victory, your life must follow in action. Otherwise, your declarations are empty. Victory spoken into existence demands discipline, effort, and unwavering focus. Fear, doubt, and negativity will always try to drown out your declarations. The world will tell you, you can't. You're not ready. Or, it's impossible. Speaking victory is the antidote to that noise. Your words cut through it. Your words remind you of your strength, your purpose, and your destiny. They give you courage when your body is tired, determination when obstacles rise, and vision when the path seems unclear. Words become your weapon, your shield, and your spark. So speak it. Speak it until your voice is louder than your fear. Speak it until your mind believes it before the first step is taken. Speak it until your actions cannot help but follow. Speak your victory into existence, because the fight begins in your mouth, continues in your heart, and is won in your life. Words are the first strike, the first step, the first victory. Master them and the world will follow. Greatness is not measured by applause. It is not counted in trophies or medals. It is measured by impact, by the lives you touch, by the example you leave behind when you are gone. To leave a legacy through action is to live a life so bold, so fearless, so relentless, that it becomes a blueprint for others to follow. Words alone will fade. Intentions alone will vanish. Only actions, courageous, consistent, and uncompromising, carve a mark in history. Your legacy begins in how you show up every day. It begins with the choices you make when no one is watching. Every disciplined effort, every extra rep, every moment you push past doubt and fear builds a record of who you are. These small acts of courage accumulate into something far greater than you can imagine. Greatness is rarely a single moment. It is the sum of relentless, purposeful actions repeated over time. To leave a legacy, you must commit to action long before the world recognizes it. Legacy is also forged through courage. The world will always test you, challenge you, and try to break you. It will offer shortcuts, temptations, and excuses. But those who leave a lasting mark refuse to bend to the easy path. They stand firm in their principles. They fight for what is right, even when the fight is difficult, unpopular, or lonely. Courageous action inspires others to rise. It lights a fire in people who witness it. A legacy is created not by avoiding fear, but by confronting it and using it as fuel to drive forward. Impact is another cornerstone of a lasting legacy. To leave your mark, you must think beyond yourself. The actions you take, the risks you embrace, the battles you fight, they all send ripples into the lives of others. Every time you rise after a fall, every time you act with integrity, every time you lead with boldness, you teach someone else what is possible. You show them how to fight, how to endure, and how to dream bigger. A legacy is measured not by your victories alone, but by the courage and growth you inspire in others. Consistency is the secret ingredient. One heroic act is impressive, but one heroic life is unforgettable. Your actions must be relentless, repeated, and unwavering. Discipline, focus, and perseverance become the instruments through which your legacy is written. When you refuse to settle, when you fight even in the face of exhaustion, when you push forward when others quit, you create a standard that cannot be ignored. Your life becomes a lesson, your journey a guide, and your courage a torch for generations to come. A legacy also demands vision. It is not enough to act without purpose. Every step, every choice, every punch you throw must be aimed towards something bigger than yourself. Your vision gives your actions weight, meaning, and direction. Without it, actions scatter and fade. With it, even the smallest act becomes part of a grand design that echoes far beyond your lifetime. Vision turns courage into legend, discipline into inspiration, and persistence into immortality. Ultimately, leaving a legacy is about daring to live fully. It is about being bold in your choices, brave in your struggles, and relentless in your pursuit of greatness. It is about showing the world what is possible when you refuse to accept mediocrity, when you speak your victory into existence, and when you act with purpose every single day. Legacy is not something you wait for, it is something you create. It is the sum of the life you live, the battles you fight, and the courage you inspire. So act, lead, fight, inspire. Let your life become a lesson that echoes long after you are gone. Leave a legacy through action so powerful, so undeniable, that the world remembers not just your name, but the courage, strength, and greatness you carried in every move, every word, and every decision. Your legacy is waiting. Build it, live it, own it.